And here in London, I got this awesome red London booth behind me. Good morning, happy Tuesday. We just had a nice walk and breakfast, and I had the most amazing help with my packing. Off to a quick trip for London for a couple days. So we did a little last minute upgrade using points from premium economy to business class, and currently in the business class lounge about to get some food, and they have quite the spread. Not much of a travel hack type, but it's a good deal. You do the premium economy and then you use points to upgrade and you transfer the points. My friend Will told me from like the Chase cards, which earn really big, Sapphire especially, to Emirates, and then you upgrade. And I love Emirates so much, so this will be a good set. Dude, this is the first time traveling with the man purse. Love this thing, man. So convenient. Greetings. We got some fresh juice, and this is business. It's quite hydrated. So on a flight like this, I really just want to relax. I don't try to get work done. I just want to read books, watch some movies, eat yummy food, get a nice healthy lunch and the business class lounge. Ready to go on this flight and go to London, and we'll share some tips and some other cool insights when I get there. Going for another round of fruit, trying to stay healthy. Being healthy is difficult while traveling. Fruit. They have good mangoes here. We're going old school. We're going to go take a picture with an old school camera. Let's do it. Afternoon tea crumpets in the sky on the way to London. Good morning. We are on the way to meet with one of my clients that I work with. It's an aesthetic clinic in London. Very excited because we've talked on Zoom for months, and this is the first opportunity for us to meet in person. We're doing a high-level strategy session, which is going to help the clinic look at all the big issues, problem solve, find the key numbers, and go in the right direction. So I just had an amazing meeting with my aesthetic clinic client here in London. It's quite hot, but not as hot as Dubai. And honestly, meeting clients in person was such a treat. We've been talking on Zoom for months and just really enjoyed it overall. The most important things we did was we set their quarterly rocks. What are the 3 to 5 projects that they're going to do and nothing else? And honestly, the operation manager was so happy afterwards because I helped focus them a lot. It's a clinic that's on the rise and it's going to grow. I am going to be sending an email recap of what happened and meet some friends for an afternoon hangout. This is so amazing. Look at how many people are just chilling at a park. Number 6 cigar shop, beautiful spot. Look at this. It's time for lunch, and we're getting steaks at Goodman, Gazpacho, and Turbol. It's 8:30 at night and it's still popping. I had an amazing day. Had coffee with some old friends from LA and who live here now in London. I just love it. The vibe, everyone's out. Everyone's out and about. It's green everywhere. So I'm here for Strategic Coach, a coaching workshop, and I've just been walking all day and I just love that feeling of just anywhere you want to go. So let's tomorrow wake up early, go for a walk, and we got a big day of learning ahead. Good morning from London. This video is about the 5 important things you gotta do running a business that I have learned from 15 years of experience. I'm here for an entrepreneurial workshop called Strategic Coach, and it is the morning. The morning is when I shine. I get up early, and let's get started. I teach healthy cooking class students in the United States using after-school programming budgets. We teach 15,000 kids a week. I've learned a lot. Been doing this since 2010, started myself teaching, and now we have a staff of 270 instructors. Let's get started with tip number 1. You have to have your QuickBooks, your P&Ls in order. So I was with a client just the other day, clinic here in London. I do consulting to help scale business from 7 to 8 figures. And profit and loss statement is such a key thing to understand. You have to be able to use QuickBooks or Zoho or any of these apps that do bookkeeping so you can pull up instantly your P&L that shows you your revenue, your margins, your net profit, your operational expenses, your cost of goods sold. If you don't understand these numbers, you can't look at it strategically. Now here's the deal. You can look at them from a couple different vantage points. 1 month, guess what? 1 month doesn't matter. 1 month of business means zero. You can have a great month, 1 month, and an awful month, the one after. But you know what is important? The trailing 3 months, the previous 3 months. You know what's also important? The trailing 12 months. I can look at the health of your business today by looking at your trailing 12-month profit and loss report. People ignore it. And here's another interesting element you have to know. You can pull up the report on QuickBooks as a trailing 12 months as a percentage of income. So don't worry about the numbers. The numbers don't matter as much, but let's look at the percentage. Is your net profit 10%, but it should be 20? Is your cost of goods sold 25%, but it should be 15? Or is it 40, but it should be 30? Those are key numbers. I'm working with the client right now to fix this profit and loss statement. Honestly, all future clients are gonna have to require that we spend time to clean up their P&L, because if you don't know your numbers, you can't see the health of your business. You can't fix the things that need to be fixed because the numbers don't lie. So that is point number one. You need a very up-to-date profit and loss statement. I know many ways to do that, but that's a subject for another video. Tip number 2, your quarterly focus is probably one of the most important projects you decide on, so choose wisely. This is the mistake. You don't have a clear annual goal. You don't have clear quarterly goals, and your team and you don't know what to focus on. So you do a bunch of things. I was just with a client who we just got them a remote sales rep to make calls, to call 500 of their clients a week to book more sales. And I found out they just are about to hire another doctor. They just hired a new salesperson in-house and they want a remote admin. I'm like, stop. You're doing too many things. You need to really train and onboard these key staff. That's part of my job as a business consultant, is to tell you what not to do. Like, find out the most important projects. In fact, the quarterly meeting is one of the most important meetings of the year. You only do 4 of them, right? Well, technically 1 is an annual meeting. So be sure to just know what you have to do. The quarterly rock is, if you're not good at setting goals, so it's called a quarterly rock in EOS terms, but it's basically a 90-day sprint. It's what project you're going to do. I'll give you some examples of quarterly rocks I've used with my company, Entrepreneurship. One of them was build a software, which we hired a programmer to manage over 200 plus instructors. That took actually 3 quarters to fully complete, but we got it started. That was a big annual goal that we built. We broke it up into quarterly. So part one was maybe hire and start the process. Step 2 was complete the software, and step 3 was implement it. So it took 3 quarters. A better example would be we expanded to New York. So 1 quarter, the only goal for the sales team was to call New York school districts and then send a team to target to have 15 in-person meetings in 1 week. That's a perfect quarterly goal because it's specific, it's actionable, and it's just about clean numbers. 15 meetings or not, you did it or you didn't. And guess what? It worked out. Another time we gave our president, she's not a salesperson, but I said, look, your goal is to make more money in New York. So I gave her a numeric goal and she said to me, wait, how am I going to do this goal? I'm not the sales manager. I don't have experience with sales. I'm a leader. I manage. I said, look, what you can do is schedule time on your calendar every week to meet with the sales reps that are calling New York schools. And she did that. She had meetings, group meetings every single week, and she got to know what was happening, and that allowed her to complete her rock. I think her goal was 150,000. She hit like 200K. So the quarterly rock is so important. And then every time I check in with them, it's the first thing we talk about. We don't talk about anything else. What's the status of your quarterly rock? What are the to-do items below it? And did you move forward or not? Get the quarterly goals dialed in and you will succeed. Tip number 3, your operations, your delivery of your service or product has to be written down and trained regularly and optimized to as perfect as it can be so you are the best. So Lift Enrichment teaches cooking classes, right? We get feedback all the time from our instructors. Our operational delivery is designed to be done by almost anyone that fits very specific requirements. We don't want super specialists. This isn't like a delivery where you have to be a lawyer and go to school for, 8 years. This is a service that is dialed in so that when sales sells the program, operations can deliver. Now, we have learned a lot of things. I'll give you an example. When we sell to a school client, we can't just start classes the very next day. Can't even start in 15 days. We can't start in 30 days. In fact, our goal right now is 45 days. So if sales closes a client, operations has 45 days to hire and train and get that client on board. That's the agreement they made. Operations is going to be rightfully annoyed because it's not enough time to hire and train instructors on the ground to service what we just sold. So we have to make agreements and we have to stand by them. So dial in your operations, and that is the key to make sure that when sales comes in the door, operations goes whoop, and it's all completed happily and successfully. And operations knows how to problem solve. They know what to do if a chef that we hire quits or we have to fire them. Operations knows what to do if things pop up because we've done this so many times. Now, let's talk about sales and marketing. Tip number 4 is you have to figure out the marketing channels that get you leads. I'm sorry, but there's too many small businesses I know, because I'm in an entrepreneur group called EO, that just rely off of referrals. Oh, people just come to me. Clients just come to me. People just reach out to me. That works up to about $1 million, but after $1 million to get to 10 plus, you need to do some outbound calls. You need to do some outbound marketing. And guess what? There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's your job as an entrepreneur is to test different things strategically. Let me give you an example. So for us at Lift Enrichment, I discovered you could call schools, get meetings, and sell them. It's called cold calls. We do 1,000 calls a week with a 7-person remote sales team based in the Philippines and South America and other countries. Now, that took a long time to perfect, but guess what? I did it myself for years, calling schools to sell my services. Another thing that worked for us was going to educational conferences. You pay for a conference and you show up with a booth. I can do a whole video on my conference game is amazing. I've sold millions at conferences. The conference element is tricky because you don't know what conference you will work. I've flown to different states when I lived in the US. I don't live there anymore. And again, went to a conference, got hotels, brought all the materials, and sold nothing after 3 days and weeks of follow-up. So you have to figure out what conferences will work for you. But the key is once you figure out what works, you can double down. I learned conferences were good, so I just started going to a ton of them and figure out the ones that were a good fit and were not a good fit. For cold calls, I learned who to call and how to call them and how to data scrape their information. I learned, is it better to buy a list or just to data scrape it? The answer is data scrape it. I hate buying lists. They almost always never work. Once you get your marketing and sales dialed in and you stop relying off of just leads that come in the door magically because people love you, that's when you can really scale your business. And tip number 5 is you gotta have a leadership team. You need leaders. So many entrepreneurs do everything. So many entrepreneurs have one key person they trust. Now, I started that way. I had one operations manager I trusted, and we worked well together because I would do sales and she would do operations. But guess what? Now we have a leader in operations, an operations manager, sales manager, an HR manager, a fractional financial officer, and a president, and then I'm the CEO. That's a decent sized leadership team. And you're not going to succeed. It's very easy, I think, to find a good operations manager, but it's very difficult to have a good sales. The salesperson I hired in my own experience was a sales representative who I personally trained, and after 3 or 4 months, we ascended that person to the sales manager role. They did a good job, and they're still there today. I was a CEO role, and I told the team, I said, hey, look, man, we hit this big milestone I've always had for my business. Who wants to be the president? Who wants to lead the leadership team? You have to show the team your plan and what you want and if there's room for them or not. And I showed them, I remember the Zoom meeting, I said, guys, I want to hit this revenue target, this profit target. I just want to maintain that because I'm happy. My lifestyle's dialed in. I could do cool things like travel to London and be a professional business consultant and some other creative projects. And you guys can manage the company and I'll help out, of course, but 8 hours a month, right? It's a dream. So I showed that and my operation manager said, I want to do that position. So within, I think 3 to 6 months, she was trained in that position. She knew the inner workings of the company and I helped her out. And now it's dialed in. So the key is you got to have leaders. You need operations leads, sales leads. And for us, since we're a service business, an HR lead, those are key. You need somebody very good in finances, even fractionally. And you put those all together and then you manage all them. And then you hire the best person who's a good fit to manage the managers. Then you're free. So we just finished 8-hour learning day for Strategic Coach Day 3. I had amazing takeaways. I'll share with them another video. Tomorrow is a big reflection day, but I am just exhausted. But I got myself a cigar, a little treat for myself. Yeah, we're off to go get some food. And then tomorrow is a reflection day. I think I want to see a show. Look at this weather, man. It's so sunny. A little humid, but quite nice. What was your takeaway from today?
Strategy circle.
Strategy circle. What was your takeaway for today?
The power of mindset.
The power of mindset. Aldo?
Free day and focus day start with job days.
Nice.
Just fucking do it.
What was your takeaway? For the birthday girl.
Definitely come to Coach on your birthday because you get a cake. That's the first one.
Exactly. Well, great.
Keep doing the delegating of the low T appointments.
The minimum check. My takeaway was, if you're going to do a focus day, do your deep work for the first 2 to 4 hours. And then in the afternoon when you're fried, go play paddle and do something fun, outdoorsy. And then at the very end, you can reflect on it. But you can't be productive for 8 hours a day. It's impossible. But if you just do the most important thing, for me, maybe making content, writing blog posts, that's my unique ability. It is Friday, and I spent the day going for a walk in the morning. I had a fun time, just did some work done, planning the week. About 5 o'clock, sun is shining. I have 50,000 steps to walk today to hit my walking goal. I already completed the plan for next week. I'm beginning to do a thing where I plan my week on Fridays. I have a format for it, basically looking at my lifetime, 5-year, 3-year, 1-year, and quarterly goals, my to-do lists, looking at the calendar for the week ahead, deciding which days I'm going to be buffer days for meetings and basic tasks and emails, which days are for focus days where I write blog, video content, consulting, clients, and big projects and investing, and of course the free days where I do whatever the heck I want to do. So I went to Shoe Heaven, and turns out it's all shoes for women. They didn't say that, so I gotta go to level 2 because there's nothing here for me. It's just heels and Gucci and Prada and girl stuff. So I just bought some nice suede shoes. I've been digging the summer of suede, but now I gotta have everything match. So this is black. I'll need a brown one. But the nice thing is suede. They breathe well. It's summer, and I need it. This is Harrods. It's a massive, beautiful spot to shop, eat, dine. I had the best fish and chips I've ever had here. And this is the kind of the charcuterie section with all these desserts that I will not be touching.
You know, I've been very happy with this travel setup. I have my man purse, fanny pack, whatever, but it's nice, it's stylish, it's clean. I brought a bottle this time. Very happy I brought it. Dior bag. Montblanc case. So unfortunately, I was not able to get the upgrade that I wanted. Business was full, so we're going premium economy. I haven't been premium economy Emirates, so we'll see what that's like. But it's okay.
Got my new friend over here. And we're just talking about travel hacks and what economy is nice. You get a towel, you get juice, you get meals. It's a little bit of everything. It's quite spacious, easy access to the bathrooms. I got no aisle seats. Brought my little iced coffee. Look at these. Got my London socks. So I just finished my 3 key to-do items for the day, and that was write 1 blog post for the business, and the second goal was to write a second blog post for the business. In my little cramped office, how a relationship check-in dramatically improved my personal life, how to discipline your team with the conversation recap. So those will go live next week and the week after, and I'm going to get myself a little coffee treat. My only other goal for the day is to walk 12,000 steps. I'm going to try to walk up and down to get those steps in. So I figured out a way to walk. I walked 2,000 steps just by pacing. Every 75 minutes, I'd go for a walk, literally a walk, and this new podcast, almost as if I am at a place you walk around, but I'm not. I'm on a plane. See? That's it. That's all the room you have. I go up the stairs or just walk down here. I think that's impressive. That's a lot of steps. I'm going to get my 12K. Back in Dubai, it's quite humid as I got here. Flight was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Premium economy was quite nice. Emirates does it well. We have a little jungle theme tonight. It's the Entrepreneur Organization EO Dubai party. I got this outfit with jungle theme. Party time, EO Dubai. Okay, hope you enjoyed those 5 tips, but guess what? There's more coming. And if you want to have me, Eric Horowitz, business consultant extraordinaire, American living in Dubai, owner of an 8-figure business, to help you scale your business from 7 to 8 figures with one-on-one coaching, high-level strategy sessions, meet my team, learn about KPIs, set up your P&Ls. Click the link below. We're going to set up a discovery call consultation. I'll tell you how it can help you. I invest in coaching and consulting, and you should do the same. And that's how you will succeed. Go forth and thrive.